All right, hello and welcome back, everyone. So here we go with a collectible exchange locals from the IERC that went on March the 20th. We do have Christy Sworn over here versus, I believe it is Value Turbo. So Sean did set a Raiko. His opponent went ahead and summoned Card Trooper, swung in, and then popped, and then charge, grabbed Raiko, and then passed it on. Sean will go ahead and set a card and pass it over to his opponent. So I did make a mistake. I actually by mistake thought I recorded this one already, and realized I was not recording when I finished it. So here we go with the take number 2, and we're gonna try and get through this one as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and summon the Greffer. Greffer is going to go ahead and send a Sirocco. Sirocco is going to go ahead and send a value. We are then going to go ahead and value effect here. And I believe yes, we will. So we'll go value effect. Go ahead and bring ourselves armoring. We are then going to enter battle. Swing into our herald. Swing in for 23. And then we will go ahead and pass it over to Sean. Sean's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We're going to go ahead and summon the Christy. Christy is going to go ahead and grab ourselves a... Okay, we're going to go ahead and grab the Herald. We're going to go ahead and then activate charge. We will go ahead and mill 3. We will mill into our 4th fairy. We will then go ahead and search for... Lila. We will then go ahead and I assume summon Lila. Yes, we will. We are going to go ahead and effect, go ahead and pop. Was deep prison. We will go ahead and enter battle. Go ahead and swing over the Greffer, and we're going to go ahead and phase mill 3. So we now are at 5 fairies. All right, so our opponent will go ahead and draw for turn. He will then go ahead and send out the Gale. We are going to go ahead and Gale effect to attempt to have. We will go ahead and herald that. Destroying it. We will then go ahead and I assume just swing over the Lila. Yes, we will. We will swing over Lila, set it back around, and then pass the turn over to Sean. Sean's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to enter battle, swing over 500, and then we will set a Raiko and then pass the turn. Our opponent will go ahead and draw for turn. We are going to go ahead and activate Rhoda. Rhoda's going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Armageddonite. We will then set a monster, which is most likely a Raiko, and then pass turn. We are going to go ahead and flip the Raiko. Raiko is going to go ahead and pump the Raiko. We are going to swing in for 200, swing in for 12, swing in for 28, and we're going to go ahead and summon out the Armageddon. We're now going to go ahead and send the Garden. Yeah, but then we're gonna go ahead and herald. I think we heralded right there. Yeah, and then we're just gonna go ahead and swing in for game, and that is it. Okay, so while we wait to go ahead and get through the sighting, so what was it? Season 2 of the IERC is looking like it will start during the first few weeks of May. Once again, more information will follow soon. I will be meeting with the people with Albert at Collectible Exchange and the people from Gameology to go ahead and try and figure out, okay, when can we start, and just figure out like what we're doing. This is what this off time is for, to just go ahead and try and make some changes and see what we're going to do for next season, and just make sure everything's concrete and like ready to go. And then once I have that information, probably this Wednesday, I will in a video, probably on Thursday or Friday, release, or most likely will be on Friday, where I'll go ahead and give like the rundown of what's happening for season 2, what's happening with top 8, and everything else. We'll be having flyers and stuff like that made. So yeah, more information to follow up by the end of the week here for the IERC. And yeah, Sean's opponent will be going first. He will go ahead and draw for a turn. He is going to go ahead and summon up the Greffer. Greffer's going to go ahead and pitch value. Vayu is then going to go ahead and pitch a Sirocco, and I believe we're just going to go ahead and pass turn right here. Yes, we will go ahead and pass turn over Sean. Sean will go ahead and draw for turn. We are going to go ahead and summon out the Consecrated Light, send a back row, and then pass. We are going to go ahead and MST hit the Royal Decree that was in the back row. We are then going to attempt to tribute summon the Caius, but we cannot do that. I do believe you are able to tribute summon a Consecrated Light for a Caius due to how it was ruled back then, where if you tribute the monster, it's no longer in the field, so you technically have an open board state to go ahead and summon the monster, I believe it is, if I'm correct. I'm a little unsure of it. I do believe that's how it works, at least in Edison. So Sean is going to go ahead and solar recharge. He is going to go ahead and pitch a Celestia, I believe, and then he's going to draw 2 mill 2. We are going to go ahead and Illumina to go ahead and bring out ourselves a Lila. We are then going to go ahead and enter battle, swing in. We are going to go ahead and crash, swing in, and yeah. Evergarden has a bit of a booty, so we will go ahead and go to end phase, go ahead and mill 3, and then we're going to go ahead and draw for turn. We're going to go ahead and set it back around and then pass it back over to Sean. Sean's going to go ahead and go effect, go ahead and grab back to the Lila. We are going to go ahead and enter battle, swing, which will walk into a D prison, and then we will go ahead and mill 3 and then pass it over to our opponent. Our opponent's going to go ahead and draw, set a card, and then pass the turn. We are going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to summon out the Jane, and then we're going to go ahead and that's going to eat a bottomless and then pass it over to our opponent. Our opponent is then going to go ahead and activate recharge. We are going to go ahead and mill 3. Pretty okay mills. So we will go ahead and grab ourselves a Raikou. We will then go ahead and I assume just set the Raikou here. Yes, we will. And then we're going to go ahead and pass it over to our opponent. Sean is going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to summon out the JD. We are going to go ahead and effect to go ahead and grab ourselves a Arcus, I believe that's what his name is. We're going to go ahead and enter battle, swing. We're going to go enter battle, swing. We are going to go ahead and herald that to go ahead and pop it. We are then going to go ahead and swing in for 1200. And we are then going to mill a whole load of cards. And then we're going to pass it over to our opponent. Our opponent's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to pass the turn. We will then go and draw for turn and Lumina effect. Go ahead and grab a Lila. We will go enter battle. Oh no, we're going to go ahead and crash in there. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and swing in for 3. We're going to go ahead and swing in for 12. And then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. Our opponent's then going to go ahead and set a monster, set a back row, and then pass it over. Sean will go ahead and draw for turn. You're going to go ahead and tribute for Celestia. Celestia does not get into effect because it does need to mill cards for cost. And yeah, we're going to go effect, go ahead and burn for, blow up for 1,000. It's going to go ahead and, you know, we got the Necro Garden in the graveyard. And then Sean will pass, his opponent will pass, and then Sean will lose because he has no cards in his deck. So Sean will go ahead and deck out here. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next game, get through the siding. Sean will be going first. We are going to go ahead and summon out the Jane. We're going to go end phase mill 2. We mill Lila and a solar recharge. Our opponent is going to go ahead and activate a lure. We're going to go ahead and draw our 2 cards. We are then going to banish ourselves an Armageddonite. We are then going to set a Raikou and then pass the turn. Sean's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to go ahead and summon Arcus. We are going to go ahead and enter battle, swing, and because of Arcus, we Lightsworns cannot be targeted on the field or graveyard, so he just has to mill. Mill's pretty good. Mill's a Vayu and a Sirocco, and he already has now 3 darks. So we will go ahead and then proceed to the end phase and mill 4, and then we're going to go ahead and pass it over to our opponent. We are going to go ahead and special summon out the Cyber Dragon. We are going to go ahead and special summon out the Dad. And then we will... Yeah, we're going to enter battle, swing over the Arcus. And then... we are going to go ahead and pop Jane. And then we're going to set a back row and then pass. We're going to go ahead and summon out the Lila. Lila's going to go ahead and... it's actually going to be chained. And we're going to go ahead and bottomless the Lila. We will then, I think, what, we have 3 names engraved right now? Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the JD effect, and then we're going to, do we just swing in for 3,000 here? Oh, we're gonna summon out Soul Impurity. We're gonna go ahead and banish 2. And then we're gonna swing for 2,000, swing for 3,000. End phase. Sean. End phase, Sean. You forgot to mill. Sean, you forgot to mill. I know you can't hear me, but I know you'll be watching this video later. You're forgetting to mill, okay? Please don't go to the next turn and then draw for turn and then, okay, there we go. All right, cool. We're sorry. Yeah, we will go ahead and get the mill going. All right, so we're going to go ahead and value effect, go ahead and bring out Armwing, and then we're going to go ahead and stack the Plague. We're going to go ahead and bring out the Plague. We are then going to, all right, so we can make 6 here, or we can go ahead and make an 8. And it looks like we are going to, it looks like we might make Dark End here. Okay, yeah, so we are going to go ahead and synchro, make the Dark End effect, go ahead and send the JD. We will then, I believe, pass. Okay, we're going to set a back row and then pass the turn. Yes, we will. Sean will go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to, what are we going to do here, Sean? All right, so we're going to summon out of this Soul Impurity. We're going to enter battle, swing. It will eat a deep prison, then we're going to swing over the Greffer anyways. And then we're going to go ahead and, what are we going to do here? What are we going to do? Yeah, we're going to go ahead and set a monster and then pass it over to our opponent. Our opponent's going to go ahead and draw for turn. I do feel like you should go ahead and send the face down just in case it is a Raikou. Yeah, so we are going to go ahead and value effect. We are going to go ahead and grab ourselves an Armor Master. And the Armor Master will be able to clear over the Soul Impurity Light. So we should just go Dark End, send the face down, swing over, and then swing in. Yeah, so we are going to go effect ascend. We're going to go ahead and swing in for, what is that, 400, I believe? And swing in for, what is that, 16? And then pass turn. We are going to go ahead and a JD for a Heavy Storm, and then grab Christia. Christia is going to go ahead and grab Honest, and Honest is just going to swing in over the Armor Master, and then we're going to go ahead and Honest, and then that is going to be game. All right, so let's go ahead and head into round number 2. It is me versus Alan. We are going to go ahead and grab the quick draw. We're going to go ahead and go pretty much full combo and just go ahead and get all the shells in the graveyard and get our Drill Warrior going. We are going to go ahead and pay our 1,000 life points for both of our shells, and then we're going to go ahead and pitch our last shell to end our turn. So Alan's going to go ahead and activate the lure, banish Sirocco. He is then going to summon out a value. He's going to swing in for 800, and then he's going to go ahead and set a card and pass the turn. I will go ahead and draw Drill Warrior, and then we will go ahead and get refreshed, and we will go ahead and set a card and then pass the turn over to Alan. Alan's going to go ahead and draw for a turn. He's going to go ahead and act summon out Sirocco. Morphing Jar effect. So Morphing Jar chain link number 1, or oh wait, actually I probably should have been done differently, I think, right? Where it's Morphing Jar first and then we draw, right? I think. Oh yeah, I think we did that wrong actually, because it's chain link. Yeah, chain link 1, chain link 2. Yeah, we did it wrong. It's whatever. So let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and draw. Alan sets 2 back row, and yeah, he tried to synchro right there, and then I just freshened it. We are gonna go ahead and Avarice, go ahead and put back a lot of the monsters. As you can see, we didn't draw into any spells and traps like right there, like at all, unfortunately. So did not feel great. We are then going to go ahead and all right, so we are going to go ahead and summon out the debris effect. You guys are going to go ahead and pay the 1,000. We are going to go ahead and activate the MST and go ahead and pump the oppression. We will go ahead and bring out the lone fire. We will then go ahead and synchro. We are going to go ahead and make ourselves a black rose effect. Go ahead and blow up the board. He will go ahead and solemn that, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. He's going to go ahead and draw for turn. He's going to go ahead and activate Whirlwind. He's going to go ahead and summon out a Bora. And Bora's going to go ahead and search. And that's going to have a Clute. And then that's going to be it for game number 1. All right, so let's get through the sighting. I'm going to go ahead and set a card and pass it over to my opponent, Alan. He's going to go and swing it with Shura. Shura's going to go ahead and swing into a Dandelion. I will go ahead and grab my tokens. He's going to go ahead and grab a Vayu. He's going to go ahead and clear both the tokens, and I will go ahead and take 1,700 from Piercing. And then he's going to go ahead and send it back row and then pass the turn, I believe. Oh, yeah, no. He's going to go ahead and synchro, go ahead and make himself a... Okay. We'll make an Catastrophe, pass it over to me. I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. We're going to go ahead and settle card and then pass the turn. Alan's going to go ahead and draw for turn. He's then going to summon out a Bora. Swing in. I'm going to pop the other Bora. You're going to go and mill. He's going to swing it for 22. And that's fine. He's going to go ahead and then pass the turn over to me. We go standby main. We are going to go ahead and grab ourselves a Treeborn during standby. We will go ahead and Heavy Storm to clear the back row. We will then go ahead and Caius and then swing over and Caius to banish the Bora and then swing over the caster and then pass the turn. Alan will go ahead and activate brain control, and that is it. All right, that was pretty quick. All right, so we do have Jose over here on the right, and I forget his names. Oh man, I talked to him a bunch, but I just can't. I just don't know his name. I feel so bad about it right now. He's overall really chill dude, and I'm very happy that he moved on from events and came over to the retro side of things. So we are going to go ahead and sum out the Lila. Lila will go ahead and get the bottomless, and then we're going to go ahead and pass it over to Jose. Jose's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to go ahead and summon out a Vayu, it looks like here. Yes, we will. We are going to go ahead and enter battle. Or no, we're going to special summon out the Gale, and then we're going to swing in for 800, swing in for 13, and we're going to set it back row and then pass the turn. We are going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are going to... brain control. We're going to go ahead and grab the Gale. We're then going to go ahead and tribute it for Caius, banishing the value. And then we're going to go ahead and... I feel like we probably should just banish the face down. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll swing on the value. We will get some really good mills. And then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. We're going to go ahead and draw for turn. And then we're going to go ahead and stand by. We're going to go ahead and dust shoot. And we're going to go ahead and spin back to Aaron. Aaron's going to go ahead and get spawned back. And then our opponent will go ahead and... We are going to... Yeah, Monster Reincarnation Piston on us. Go ahead and grab ourselves a Wolf. We're going to go ahead and recharge. Go ahead and draw to a Mildew. And then we're going to go ahead and activate Foolish. Foolish is going to go ahead and send a Wolf. Wolf's going to go ahead and enter battle here, I'd assume. We're going to go ahead and swing in. And we will go ahead and eat a D prison with that. And then we're going to go ahead and pass it over to Jose. Jose's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are going to go ahead and... set in the back row and then pass the turn. Yes, we will. So we will go ahead and draw. We are going to go ahead and activate a lure, draw 2. We're going to go ahead and banish ourselves a Junk Warrior or Junk Synchron. And then we're going to bring out the Aaron, swing in, and we'll go ahead and eat another D prison and then pass it over to Jose. Jose is going to go ahead and draw for turn, activate a lure. We're going to go ahead and banish ourselves a Sirocco. We are then going to set the Mirror Force and then pass it over to our opponent. We are going to go ahead and MST the Mirror Force. We are then going to Hmm. What are we going to do here? We're just going to go ahead and pass it over. Jose's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are going to pass turn again. We're going to go ahead and draw. We're going to go ahead and activate Avarice. We're going to go ahead and spin back JD, Caius, Honest, and Lila, or Lumina. Let's see, we'll go ahead and get ourselves a good shuffle going. This is at 2x speed, right? I do believe it is, right? I think, yes. Yes, it is. All right, we will go ahead and draw our 2. We will go ahead and activate Card Trooper. We will go ahead and mill, not the best of mills. We'll go ahead and swing in for 19, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. We are going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to... Yeah, we're going to special summon the Cyber Dragon. We are going to go ahead and contact, so our opponent doesn't get a draw. And then we're going to enter battle, swing in for 2,000. And... okay, I think we're doing some life point calculations right here, I believe. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna pass it over to our opponent. Our opponent is then going to special summon out the Chaos Sword. We're gonna go ahead and banish a wolf, banish a Caius. We are then going to card destruction. We're gonna go ahead and pitch 2 and draw 2. We are then going to enter battle, swing, set a monster, and then pass the turn. We are going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to summon out the Sirocco. We are going to go ahead and bring control. We're going to go ahead and stack for Plague. We're going to go ahead and synchro, go ahead and make ourselves a Dark End. We are going to go ahead and send, and then we're going to swing in, and that will be it for game number 1. Let's go ahead and skip forward into game number 2. Normally, I would be doing a lot of talking and whatnot, but I did attempt to record this one already, and I totally forgot to hit record. So we're trying to get through this one as quickly as possible because I want to go to bed. So, okay, let's cut the talking down just a little bit, please. Okay, so we're summoning Consecrated, set 2 back row, pass it over to Jose. Jose's gonna go ahead and draw. Special summon at the Cyber Dragon, swing over the Consecrated, set it back, or set a monster, and then pass the turn. We're going to go ahead and activate card destruction. We're going to go ahead and discard 3, draw 3. This is going to go ahead and discard 4, draw 4. We are going to now... we're going to now... Oh, I think we passed the turn, actually. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and flip Raiko. Raiko's going to go ahead and back row. It was Pawn of Avarice. We are going to go ahead and summon out Greffer. Greffer's going to go ahead and for effect send value for cost. We are going to go ahead and then send a Plague. We're going to go ahead and DD Crow. We're going to get the value. We are then going to enter battle 200, 17, 21, set 2 back row, and then pass the turn, flip over the decree. Turning off both of Jose's traps. I do believe one of them was on Solemn. I think the other was a D prison. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and... What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Na 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 na. I just want to message someone right now, but this is taking way too long. I know. Alright, I'm so sorry right now, but I just want this to be over. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and activate the brain control. We are going to go ahead and grab ourselves the Cyber Dragon. We are going to go ahead and bring out the Gale. We are going to go ahead and affect half the Greffer. We are going to go ahead and synchro summon. We are going to go ahead and make ourselves a Thought Ruler. We are going to go ahead and enter battle, swing. And it does gain the original attack, I believe, if I'm correct. So yeah, we still will gain the, what is it, the 17, and then we're going to go ahead and deal, what is that, 1650? I don't know. Yeah, 1650. All right, we are going to go ahead and bring out the armory arm. We are going to go ahead and activate ourselves. Return. We are going to go ahead and bring out the arm wing. We are going to go ahead and equip. We're going to go after battle, swing over, deal a boatload of damage. I do believe that is 5,600, 5,800 damage right there total. His opponent's going to go ahead and draw for turn, and that is going to be it. All right, so headed into the last round, we do have Sean versus Jose. Once again, this is number 1 versus number 2. Sean was in first place at the end of season 1, and Jose was in second place at the end of season 1. Ow, I just hit my thumb, and that actually really hurts. All right, we are going to go ahead and graph her. We're going to go ahead and send a value, send a Soroko, and then set a back row, and then pass the turn. We are going to go ahead and Rhoda, grab Jane. We are then going to enter battle, swing. It will walk into a mirror force, and then Sean's going to go ahead and set a back row, and then pass it over to Jose. Jose's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are now going to effect, go ahead and send a Soroko, go ahead and send another value. We are then going to I do believe I remember watching this one. Like, this is some wild gameplay that happens right here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring on Armed Wing. We're then going to summon out the Plague. We're going to go ahead and synchro for 6. We're going to go ahead and bring out... Yeah, we're going to bring out the Goyo. We're going to stack the Plague. We're going to bring out the Plague. We're going to special summon the Dad. And yeah, that is 2, 4, 6... Like, easy game right there. Easy game. Like, just, oh my lord. Just so much happened right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and skip through the siding. Okay, so Sean will go ahead and send out the Jane, set a back row, and then pass. We are going to go ahead and send it over to Jose. Jose will go ahead and pretty much same play. He's going to go ahead and but he's going to special summon out the Grapher. He's going to go ahead and special summon out the Grapher by pitching the Soroko. Send the value to send another value. And then we're going to go ahead and summon out the Card Trooper. We are going to go ahead and Card Trooper mill 3. And then we're going to go ahead and enter battle and then swing over the Jane. And then go ahead and swing in for 17. And we're going to pass it over to Sean. Sean's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to... I believe he monster reincarnations here. Yes, he is. There's a monster reincarnation for the Jane. We're then going to go ahead and summon the Jane, summon the Soul Impurity. We are then going to enter battle, swing over, and then swing over. So we'll go ahead and get his draw. We are then going to set an additional back row. Yes, we will set the additional back row and then pass the turn. In the end phase, we'll go ahead and mill 2. All right, so we are going to go ahead and activate value effect. We will go ahead and DD Crow the Soroko to go ahead and cut that play off. We are going to go ahead and Rhoda for the Armageddon Knight. We will then go ahead and Armageddon Knight send the Soroko, which will still allow us to go ahead and make synchro. And then we will continue on from there. We are going to go ahead and enter battle, swing over the Jane with the Armed Wing, and then we are going to set a back row and then pass the turn. We are just going to go ahead and draw for turn, enter battle, swing over the Armageddon Knight, and then we're going to go ahead and pass. We are going to go ahead and draw, summon out the Gale. Gale's going to go ahead and half the Soul Impurity. We're going to enter battle. We will have the Honest for the response, and then we're going to go ahead and pass the turn. Sean's going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are then going to go ahead and activate Royal Decree. We're going to go ahead and summon out the Herald. We are going to go ahead and synchro for an 8. We are going to go ahead and make a Stardust. We are going to go ahead and swing over the Gale, and then we're going to go value effect. Go ahead and bring ourselves a full Armor Master. We are going to go ahead and crash with the Stardust. We are going to go ahead and flip the Ranko to go ahead and pop the Decree. We will then go ahead and set an additional monster, and then pass the turn over to Sean. Sean will go ahead and draw, pass. Jose will go ahead and summon out the Grapher. We're going to go ahead and swing for 19, and then we're going to go ahead and pass it over. Sean's going to go ahead and draw. He has 2 Celestias in hand, and is completely bricked. All right, so we're going to go ahead and enter battle, swing in for 17 once again. Sean will draw into a recharge, completely turning on his hand, I do believe. Pitching one of the Celestias to go ahead and draw 2 additional cards. We are then going to activate our second degree here. We are going to go ahead and special summon out the JD. We are going to go JD effect, go ahead and blow up the board and go ahead and clear it all away. We are going to go ahead and activate the other recharge, and we're going to go ahead and bring out the Soul Impurity, and that will be game. All right. Whew. Pretty good, pretty good. All right. The signing was really quick on that one. Jose's going to go ahead and set for back row and pass it over to Sean. One of them will be the Dust Shoot. We are going to go ahead and spin back the 1 Lightsworn that is in the hands. We have recharge, double Herald, a Plague, and a Monster Reincarnation. And then Sean's just going to go ahead and pass his turn. We are going to go ahead and activate a Lure, banish the value, set a monster, and pass it over to Sean. We are going to go ahead and draw into a Lightsworn, activate the Soul Recharge. You will get 2 brand new cards. We are going to go ahead and summon out the Card Trooper. We are going to go ahead and mill for 3. We are going to go ahead and enter battle, swing. We'll walk into a Hamster, which will grab the Raikou. We will then go ahead and set a card and then pass the turn. It is the Kree. All right, so we are going to go ahead and activate the... Are we going to activate Rotor right here? No, we are going to go ahead and flip the Wolf. Wolf, we will target the back row. We will go and herald that. We are going to go ahead and summon out Sirocco. Sirocco is going to go ahead and swing over the Card Trooper. We will go ahead and get an additional draw. And then we will pass it over to Sean. Sean will go ahead and get his draw for turn. We will then go ahead and... Alright, we are going to go ahead and Monster Reincarnation, going ahead and grabbing back the Lumina. We will go ahead and summon the Lumina. We will go Lumina effect, target the Lila. He will act, Jose will activate the Oppression. We will activate the Decree, and then we do have the Solemn Judgment for the response to the Decree. And then Jose will go ahead, start his turn. He'll go ahead and activate the Rhoda. We are going to go ahead and grab the Armageddon. Armageddon's going to go ahead and send a value. We are then going to enter battle, swing in for 2,000, swing in for 14. And we're going to set an additional background and pass it over to Sean. Sean will go ahead and draw. Did he draw into anything useful? Let's see. We are going to go ahead and T-set, pass it over. We are going to go ahead and draw for turn. We are now going to enter battle, swing in for 14. Activate Soul Release. Just, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and clear out the whole deck if we can. Or clear out the whole graveyard of all its utility if we can. We'll go ahead and pass it over to Sean. Sean will go ahead and draw for turn. We're going to go ahead and activate Beckoning, pitch into Crow, and there's nothing we can grab. So, yeah, that will be it. GG's to Jose for taking this one. Once again, thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Deuces.